Hello everybody, welcome to my channel and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to level up your tie-dye and how to make this tie-dye shirt. But first, my name's Catherine and I make videos about dyeing, sewing, and upcycling. If that sounds like something you're into, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you haven't already, hit that like button. It does wonders for my channel. Today, I'm going to be using the one-step tie-dye kit from Tulip. I bought the big party pack, but for this project, I'm only going to be using the rainbow colors. I'm also going to be using these acetate molds that I like to use for all kinds of dyeing. You can see I did some indigo dyeing on that one square over there and some of the circles. Today I'm going to be using the big circle from this set. I will put the link to all of the supplies that I'm using in the description below. So first I'm going to mix up my dyes, and what I like to do with Tulip dyes is use about half of the water that they suggest. That concentrates the dye and helps to get more vibrant results. I work with a lot of dyes from Dharma and Jacquard and Prochem, which are Procyon dyes that are a little bit stronger than Tulip and a little bit more expensive. But Tulip is a great kit if you are just learning tie-dye and if you don't want to invest in a lot of different dyes. So I think that the kit is actually a pretty good deal. So once I get all of my dyes mixed up, I'm going to come and do some folding on my shirt. This is a pre-washed cotton t-shirt, and I'm going to center my acetate mold right in the middle of the t-shirt. And then I'm going to come in with some clamps. Now I'm using metal clamps, and in hindsight, I wish I had used plastic clamps. I have plastic clamps that I use mostly for indigo dyeing, so they are covered in indigo. But I should have probably bought some brand new plastic clamps because these ones did end up getting a little bit of rust on the shirt. I know you can get rust out of fabric with vinegar or lemon juice, but it would be best to just avoid getting rust on the shirt to begin with. As I've clamped the fabric, I've scrunched it to have peaks and valleys that are all about the same height, and I'm going to come in with some rubber bands to secure it before I put my dye down. So I'm just putting the rubber bands sort of loosely around the whole thing just to keep it all together. Let me know if you've ever used Tulip dyes and what you think of them and what your favorite dyes are to use for tie-dye. I did a poll on my Instagram and people were about 50-50 on Tulip dyes, so I'd like to know what you guys think. I'm adding some plain tap water to the t-shirt just to get it wet. I know I have it in a seltzer bottle, but that's just what I keep it in when I'm in my studio filming. I also always keep a rag handy because I want to keep my drop cloth really tidy. Since this is going to be a rainbow look, I don't want to mix the colors because if I mix the colors, they will turn to brown or gray or some shade that's very neutral. I want to make sure that I keep the colors really bright and fun since it's a rainbow pattern. Of course, you can use other colors for this pattern, and that is totally up to you, but for this one I'm just doing rainbow. Okay, so now it's finally time to put down the colors, and this t-shirt is damp, not soaking wet, and I'm going to work my way around the circle. I'm starting with this orange color. My plan is to literally just follow the color wheel, so I'm coming in with red next, and I'm overlapping the colors just to make sure that it kind of has that ombre watercolor look so that the colors can kind of bleed into each other. Putting down the yellow, which is the lightest color, so I'm putting a lot of that down, and green next to it with the blue next to it, and then some purple. Let me know down in the comments what other colors you guys would do with this pattern if you weren't doing rainbow. I'm really curious to know what you guys think. And I'm going to turn it over and add more dye to the other side. But again, I'm wiping the drop cloth clean. I'm just going to put more color exactly on the spot where the color on the other side is. And I'm just kind of overlapping it to make sure that it has that really pretty watercolor look. with the scrunch pattern, it will really kind of diffuse into itself, which is really pretty. If you're interested in learning more about tie-dye or getting more inspiration, be sure to check out my channel. And I have an entire playlist just dedicated to this tulip dye kit. You can get a lot of projects out of this kit, so be sure to check that playlist out. I will list it down in the description below and put it at the end of this video. So I'm finished putting the color on this shirt, and I'm just soaking up all the excess dye so that it doesn't re-soak into the other parts of the color wheel. And I'm going to put saran wrap around the entire thing, and I'm going to be pretty generous with the saran wrap. I want to make sure that this stays wet overnight because I'm going to let this sit for 24 hours before I open it. So I'm just going to wrap it up really well. Here's what it looks like close up, and I'm going to let it sit for 24 hours. Okay, you guys, it's time to open up our rainbow tie-dye. I'm so excited to see how it turned out. All right, so I'm going to be very careful to not get dye everywhere. Okay, so let's start with this one. And then this one, this one. Look at that, crazy. All right, I'm gonna go take it and rinse it out immediately. So I'm gonna take it over to my slop sink and I'm gonna rinse it out with cold water until the water runs clear. That can take a little while. And then I'm going to wash it with hot water and Synthropol, which is also known as dyer's detergent. It helps prevent bleeding, so it'll keep the colors really bright and pure. If you don't have Synthropol, that's okay. You can use regular laundry detergent, or Dawn dishwashing soap also works, but I like to use Synthropol because it really is great. Hand washed it. I washed it again in the machine with more Synthropol and then dried it on hot. So here is the final result, which I think looks really great. I love this pattern. I think it looks like a rising moon or a setting sun with a ombre sort of rainbow colors. It's really beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Be sure to go and follow me on my social medias at Onyx Art Studios and tag me if you make any of the projects on my channel. I also have online dyeing workshops on my website, onyxartstudio.com. If you like this video, be sure to check out these other videos and these playlists here. Like I said, hey, I have a ton of tutorials on my channel about tie-dye and ice dyeing and all kinds of dyeing. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and tune in for a new video every Thursday. All right, see you guys later. Bye.